Boxing King Media in association with Boxo out here in Bournemouth, right on the beach. Macklin, first of all, have you experienced anything like this in your entire boxing career?
It's a bit different, isn't it? We did when we did KSI Logan Paul in LA, we did it down at Venice Beach. I nearly got hypothermia because it looked really warm when we left the hotel. By the time we got down to Venice Beach and the workout started, when the sun set, when the sun went in, and it must have, I don't know, it felt like it dropped 20 degrees. I was freezing. We were all literally ransacking the merchandise shop, that says "I love LA." We were just whatever, $50, whatever it was. We were like, we needed something to get warmer. Not as cold today, bit breezy, but yeah, it's different. I mean, what a fantastic setting, you have to say.
You wouldn't expect this in the UK, would you? And I've never been to Bournemouth either.
No, me either. You look down here. These sandy beaches are as good as you'd expect to see anywhere.
100%, man. Let's get to it. The man that's brought us here, Chris Smith, he had a dream of fighting in his hometown. Eddie Hearn said it couldn't happen, but obviously it's happening. And what do you think of it all? This book is called Split, him and Isaac Chamberlain. A really random fight in the first place because nobody saw it coming. So what do you make of it all?
I kind of lean to Bilham Smith. I think Chamberlain's good, but I think Bilham Smith is probably a more solid all-rounder. Makes fewer mistakes, got less weaknesses. I think there's defensively, I think Chamberlain, there's areas that that Bilham Smith will be able to exploit and capitalise on. He had that loss to Riakporhe. It was a good fight. He's come back well since, and I think he's a pretty solid fighter. I think Bilham Smith, and I expect him to get the win on Saturday.
Obviously, it's a one-fight deal, but obviously you're part of the whole Sky Sports team. In what way does it benefit them, whether Isaac wins or CBS wins?
Well, it's a good fight on Sky Sports, isn't it? You want to be invested in the winner and whoever's coming through, but also sometimes you just got to put on a good fight. And this is a good fight. The cruiserweight division domestically in the UK, fantastic. I mean, you've got Riakporhe, you've got Akoli, and listen, Bilham Smith, Riakporhe, that was a good fight. So Riakporhe probably. Riakporhe wants to push on and fight for a world title, but you'd imagine Bilham Smith wants to get back in with him, I would imagine. So, look, it's a good fight. It brings us to Bournemouth. It's sort of the end of the season, almost, by Saudi, of course. And, if you look a year ago on Sky Boxing when Matchroom left to do the zone, you would have thought, where was it going to be? Where were we going? And if you told us that would be where we are now, you'd have took it. It's a stable that's rebuilding. It's new. It's a company that's fresh. They're going to make mistakes. They're learning on the job. But all in all, when you look at the competitiveness of the whole landscape of the global boxing, I think we've bounced back pretty well. We've got Fraser Clark who's fighting. We've got the debut of Benn who was very sought after, not just by UK promoters, but American promoters too. He could be a superstar. The future looks good. You got Liam Smith on who's signed with Boxer. He's going to fight September. You've got that. You've got Clarissa Shields, Savannah Marshall, Michaela Meyer. These are big boxing booming, and it's this is a new camp. It's a new promotional company, and you know what? With Sky Sports, that platform behind it, I think they're in a healthy position.
Definitely, man. I think you kind of summed it up. You spoke about Benn, Fraser Clark, and Benn, to be fair, both of them, they're getting a bit of stick about the level of opponents. Obviously, I know it's not, obviously in boxing business-wise, whoever fights them, they're going to be demanding ridiculous money, even if it's journeymen. Obviously, people probably don't understand that side of the business.
Yeah, exactly. People can price themselves out of things, don't they? Everyone. I suppose in any walk of life, any business, any work, people want to make sure they're getting the market value, don't they? And then but people talk a lot of BS as well and say, I heard such one's getting paid this, such one's getting paid that. And then people are holding out for more, and really they just outprice themselves from getting an opportunity. But look, Benn Whitaker, Fraser Clark, Fraser, because of his age especially, I think he'll be moved more quickly. But I think Benn Whitaker will be a guy that will move quickly because of his ability. I think he's a real talent, very experienced already as an amateur, so he's fought some really good high-level guys. I think he'll move quite quickly.
Sound. You touched on Saudi there. Are you going to Saudi, by the way?
Yeah, we're going over. Can't wait.
I look forward to interviewing you on the next beach. Might be in Saudi. So obviously, talking of that fight, obviously Eddie did an interview a few weeks ago, and he said that he felt Sky's involvement was out of spite, reading between the lines, probably to try and affect the business of the zone. So obviously, Sky have got it. Do you know what the delay was in obviously the announcement? There seems to be all sorts of rumours, but do you know anything?
No, look, I think it was pretty much agreed in principle a while ago. Nothing's done till it's done, and people don't want to end up with egg in their face, so they don't want to announce something until contracts are signed. And with these contracts, there's clauses, and there's, just dotting the I's and crossing the T's and just getting it, all lawyers involved happy with it. That can take a while, especially because this kind of was a little bit left field, wasn't it? AJ announcing it signed with the zone. It was assumed that was it done, and then obviously it kind of came out then that the Saudis owned the show. And, they want the most eyes on it, don't they? So
Future to the zone. So do you think it's worthwhile Sky investing in that? Just your opinion on that.
yeah, because it's a good fight, isn't it? It's a good fight. And if it does well on the pay-per-view, I imagine Sky will make money. And also if Usyk beats Joshua, which a lot of people make him favourite to do that, maybe Sky will sign Usyk.
Fair point, man. Moving on, Matt. Did you watch the Twitter trolls spar with Sonny Edwards the other day?
Yeah, I've seen it, yeah.
What do you make of it all?
Sonny's a boxer, isn't he? He's not going to find it too difficult to beat up a troll, is he? But fair play to the troll for going to the gym, I suppose, and there was a little bit of humility there afterwards, I thought. So, yeah, look, bit of fun, wasn't it?
I think his understanding was because Sonny's like 8-9 stone and he's 5'6", I can smash this guy up, but you obviously soon realise it's not as simple as that.
Yeah, not quite as easy as that. If you can't hit someone, it doesn't matter how hard you hit, you've got to land it. And he's pretty elusive, isn't he? So, some of those flyweights can't catch Sonny Edwards, so you got this troll's got no chance, has he?
Definitely. And Conor Benn, Chris Eubank Jr., the opinions are split on the whole fight. What's your opinions on it? Are you happy to see that fight?
Look, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, you couldn't. Boxing's a tough sport, tough business, and if both guys are getting a lot of money, which they definitely will be, good luck to them. In terms of being taken seriously in their own weight classes of being a contender, they're veering off that a little bit, aren't they? Certainly Eubank Jr., because he's pushing on a little bit now, and if he wants to challenge for a world title, then I would imagine if I was him, I'd want to focus on that. But that said, if someone comes to you and go, listen, there's a pay-per-view fight here, and you're going to make X amount for it, money's money, isn't it? There's always a price. Conor Benn, and as well, like, does does Conor Benn go up in weight? If does he go up in weight, how's it going to affect him? Does he get banged out? Get beaten up? If he does, how does that affect him then? Confidence? He's in a really good position right now. He's moving nicely. He's improving all the time, getting better all the time. If he was to get beaten up because he was too small, no one knows. Some people that happens and it doesn't bother their confidence. Some people get knocked out and they're never the same again. They go gunshot, and there's no one can absolutely guarantee why that is, or how someone will take it if he. So I don't know. Like, it would have to be, if I was Conor Benn in the position I was in, it'd really have to suit me. Do you know what I mean? In terms of the way it was at, the rehydration clause, I'd have to be comfortable with all those situations, because Conor Benn's going to make a lot of money anyway. Like if he keeps doing what he's doing, so he doesn't need to go for a cash grab. Yeah, whatever. It's one of those, isn't it? You can argue up and down. There's positives and negatives to all angles, I guess.
Definitely, Matt. As always, I appreciate your opinion. Thank you.